भद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
श्रीमद्भागवतम Canto 1 Chapter 10 verse 13 सर्वे ते अनिमिषैरक्षैस्
सर्वे थे अनिमिषैरक्षैः
तम अनुद्रुतचेतसा
तम अनुद्रुतचेतसा
ईक्षन्त स्नेह संबद्धा
सम्बद्धः
विचेलुस्तत्र तत्रः
विचेलुस्तत्र तत्रः
सर्वे ते निमिषैरक्षैस्
सर्वे ते अनिमिषैरक्षैः
तन् अनुद्रुतचेतसा
तम अनुद्रुतचेतसा
वीक्षन्त स्नेह संबद्धा
वीक्षन्त स्नेह सम्बद्धः
विचेलुस्तत्र तत्रः
विचेलुस्तत्र तत्रः
सर्वे ते निमिषैरक्षैः
सर्वे ते निमिषैरक्षैः
तम् अनुद्रुतचेतसा
अनुद्रुतचेतसा
वीक्षन्त स्नेह सम्बद्धा
वीक्षन्त स्नेह सम्बद्धा
विचेलुस्तत्र तत्रः
विचेलुस्तत्र तत्रः।
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace of Charnarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Synonyms: survey, all.
Survey, all.
They. Animishaihi, without twinkling of the eyes.
Animishai, without twinkling of the eyes.
Akshaihi, by the eye.
Akshayi, by the eye.
Tam anu, after him.
Tam anu, after him.
Drutachetasa, melted heart.
Drutachetasa, melted heart.
Vikshanta, looking upon him.
Vikshanta, looking upon him.
Sneha Sambadha, bound by pure affection.
Sneha Sambadha, bound by pure affection.
Vichelu began to move.
Vichelu began to move.
Tatra, here and there.
Tatra, here and there.
Ha, so they did.
So they did.
Translation, please repeat after me. All their hearts were melting for him on the part of attraction.
All their hearts were melting for him on the part of attraction.
They looked at him without blinking their eyes.
They looked at him without blinking their eyes.
And they moved hither and thither in perplexity.
And they moved hither and thither in perplexity.
Purport.
Krishna is naturally attractive for all living beings because he is the chief eternal amongst all eternals. He alone is the maintainer of the many eternals. This is stated in Katha Upanishad, and thus one can obtain permanent peace and prosperity by revival of one's eternal relation with him. Now forgotten under the spell of Maya, the illusion energy of the Lord. Once this relation is slightly revived, the once becomes freed from the illusion of material energy and becomes mad after the association of the Lord. This association is made possible not only by the personal contact with the Lord, but also by association with his name, form, fame, form, and quality. Srimad Bhagavatam trains the conditioned soul to this stage of perfection by submissive hearing from the pure devotee.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanati Vinodasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामोदाय नगर ग्रामतारिणे नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः हरे गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदनम यादवाय नमः हरे गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदनम
I did switch over. No, I didn't. Please, one, tell them cancel this.
Okay. Actually, nothing they are able to see. We are not able to see on the screen. Screen sharing is paused. Nonsense. Okay, go here only to the person. 1.10.13.
Yeah, that is,
okay.
This is only.
Okay, you're able to see the screen?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am, but not the words, ma'am.
No.
Google Drive, we are able to see.
Huh?
You're able to see the Google Drive. We have changed. Stop and start. Okay.
Okay, now okay.
Yes, ma'am, now.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. It's a very nice verse. You speak on this. Mugam karodi vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Pradayine Gaurakata Damodaya Nagargram Tarani Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurumani Pracharani Nirvisesha Sunnivadi Paschatya Desakarani Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So all their hearts were melting for him on the, what is that, part of attraction? And they looked at him without blinking their eyes, and they moved hither and thither in perplexity. So this is what, because Krishna has lived with them and he has slept every day, night, in the same place where they are sleeping, and then he also dined with them. He ate together the Supreme Lord, and also they had the face-to-face audience of Krishna with regular conversations on various matters. In this way, Krishna was one among them as a relative. But many people ask the question, have you seen God? And they think God is so very superior that we are not able to mix with him. So they become envious. So the conditioned soul in this material world are naturally envious. But especially on the Supreme Lord, because of this supremacy. But it is a natural constitutional position of the Supreme Lord is Supreme Lord. The natural constitutional position of us is we are jivas. So each one remains natural, that is the perfection. So the spirit soul, Lord is always perfect, but spirit soul, the conditioned souls especially, have fallen. So they've lost their original identity. So here, there is only one spark is required. So Krishna is naturally attractive to all the living beings. Krishna is naturally attractive for all living beings because he is eternal amongst eternals. So here it's mentioned like very, very attractive. Nobody can be envious of Krishna. So he is the alone maintainer of the many eternals. But the problem is, what is our problem and what is the solution? Is the conditioned soul, the illusion is the problem, because the illusion is like we have forgotten. We have forgotten. So this is what in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna initially itself, he is revealing that you are not the body, you are spirit soul. Okay. Krishna is naturally attracted for all living beings because it's the chief. We are eternal beings. We don't have death. What a good news. What a good news Bhagavad Gita Krishna is giving us, that we are not the body, we are spirit soul. We will not die only. And we are eternally living people. We are eternal personalities. We are eternally living personality. But there is a chief for that eternally personality. That is Satsiddhananda Vigraha. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Parama Ishvara. Material and spiritual world, he is the Ishvara. But Parama Ishvara is Krishna. So, he is also Satsiddhananda. We are also Satsiddhananda. So we are also eternals. Among all the eternals, he is the chief. So what are all the various eternals? Very simple to understand if you understand the Krishna and his energies. Krishna is the Prakriti and Purusha. So Purusha is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prakriti is energy or nature. Okay, so this Prakriti is of three types. Actually unlimited energies Krishna have, but the major categories are internal energy, marginal energy, and external energy. And the internal energy is spiritual world and Radharani and all spiritual personalities, the Andaranga Shakti. And Tatastha Shakti is the spirit souls. So we are all eternals. Only the material world, the external energy, is also eternal because she is energy of Krishna, but she temporarily manifest and manifest, manifest and manifest, manifest and manifest, manifest and manifest. The material world will be created, then there will be pralaya. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. Again and again created and destroyed and created and destroyed, created and destroyed, created. A temporariness is created in this world by cutting off time. So this is due to the special influence of time is created only in the material world where it is temporary. Whereas the spiritual world is permanent and we as spirit soul are permanent. So as permanent being, we have come into this temporary, conditioned ourselves into the temporary life. That is a very disturbing situation. All the disturbances, we seriously consider ourselves to be the body, and we very seriously work towards it. Full life, we are struggling so much and seriously thinking of something which is certainly going to be destroyed. Very, very serious working on something which is going to be destroyed. So this is the illusion. So we see here, he alone, Krishna is the main, but we are actually eternal, and Krishna is the chief of all the eternals, internal energy, external energy. Of course, external energy also, but external energy is temporary. He alone is the maintainer of many eternals. He is stated in Katha Upanishad, so many eternals who are all there. There is one thing, Purushavatas. Purusha is also there, and Prakriti is also there. So the Prakriti and Purusha, or the expansions and incarnations of Krishna, and Shakti is coming out of Krishna, so she is Shaktiman. So among Shaktis, we have this various, among Shakti, we have various Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, and inside Antaranga Shakti, many Shaktis like this are there. And in Purusha, we have incarnations, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, and Chaturvyugas. Narayana, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, Narayana. So Narayana, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Vasudeva. Like this, 4 Chaturvyuga expansions are there. Krishna expands initially as Balram. Like this, many eternals are there. In the form of Purusha and in the form of Prakriti. There are eternals, there are many eternals. And Krishna is the chief of all eternals, is the source of all eternals. Eternal means permanent. There's no temporariness. Eternal means there's no death. Eternal means it's nitya. There's not even change. So eternal is permanency. People are looking for permanency. See, actually, you're going in the road. Suddenly a truck is coming. You are actually telling, I'm not scared of death. Prabhupada is giving an example. Nobody can die peacefully. Oh, he died peacefully. Nobody can die peacefully. No problem. If anything happens, I will die peacefully. And just take a knife and try to stab him. Immediately, all his peaceful situation is disturbed. So Prabhupada is giving an example of this. Nobody can die peacefully. So death is certain in the material world, and we come inside it and we get locked up inside this and feel ourselves. Actually, then why we are afraid of death? Why death is very unpalatable simply by hearing is because it is unnatural for us to die. We don't die actually. Why death gives fear? Why a normal movie people are watching, there's no issue. Even they are watching some war movies, they are not so much of fear. But whenever there is a ghost movie or a death movie, they are so fearful. It creates the maximum fear. Is the ghost or death, these words are creating the maximum fear. Why? Why that is because death is not part of it's not part of our natural constitutional position. We are actually eternals. We don't die at all. So thinking of merging into impersonal Brahman or non-existence is fearful. That is why for a conditioned soul, losing the form, it gives such a fear. Losing the form gives such a fear. The greatest of all fear is losing that form. Because we are never formless actually. And we always have a form. Materially or spiritually, there is a form always. Even in material world, when somebody dies and they are taken into Yamaloka in order for judgment, even that time they are given a Pinda Sarira. There is given a temporary body for the subtle body. There is still a subtle body. So we are never without a body. We have either a material gross body and subtle body together and the spirit soul, or we are subtle body and ourselves. Then also there's a body. And when we get liberated as a spirit soul also, we have a form. So this is very, very important to understand what is eternity means. Eternity means permanency. Permanently. Eternally we have form. So he alone is the maintainer of many, many eternals. So he is the maintainer. This is stated in the Katha Upanishad. Thus, one has to obtain permanent peace and prosperity, permanent, by revival of one's eternal relationship with him. Only in one way you can attain it. People are somehow or other thinking like this, doing like this, I will attain this, doing like this. All your plans will be smashed away. All will be smashed away. Because there is temporariness in this material world. What is permanent in this material world? Temporariness is permanent. Death is permanent. Anybody who's born is 100% sure to die. You're thinking that, okay, I lived 1 year. Actually, you died 1 year. You died 1 year. Whenever a birthday is coming, it is nothing. You're one step towards death day. It is truth. It is not inauspiciousness. Truth, it can be inauspicious. You just need to digest it and understand. And then think, how can I come out of it? This is intelligence. That is auspiciousness. Getting to know the truth, not remaining in illusion, is the auspiciousness. Getting to know the truth and knowing the way out, that is auspicious. That is why pure devotional service is Subhada. Subhada. Subhada means it gives great auspiciousness. That teaching us, Krishna, Prabhupada is telling that this Krishna consciousness teaches you to come out of death. You can cross beyond death. Is there a way out of death? I don't want to die. I want to live permanently. Is there any way? Yes. Yes. You become Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada is telling that nobody touches the matter of death. Many Swamiji will come, he will talk. Very intelligent person, I am scientist, I am an engineer, I am so very educated, I am a doctor. Many very educated people in the world will come. Okay, any topic they will talk, but except death. Why? Because the most difficult topic to talk about, because you don't know. You have to die to know. But you have died many times, but you are not aware. Even that memory is snatched away from you. Nothing is in your control. People are very proud about the teeny intelligence which they have got in this present life. But they don't know what is their past, where from they are entering into the womb of their mother, from the semen of the father, where they are entering into the semen. And they don't know, are they just a shit? Are they just a semen? Materialistic people tell you are nothing but simply semen of your father. No. Prabhupada is telling, no. Father doesn't have any right or capacity to beget children also. How much ever they try, if Krishna doesn't sanction, it won't. And if it is the mother also, it is not just coming from mother's womb. No. The father is eating the grain, and the grain is coming from the rain. And the people who are taken rebirth, want to take rebirth, come through that. And when somebody eats it, and the semen is generated, only the matter is generated from there. But the actual soul which is hidden inside it is actually created by, it's not created by anybody. Eternally existence, eternally the marginal potency of the Supreme Lord. So, not just the product of matter. You're not just the product of matter. You're a living force. So what is the difference between non-living thing and living thing? They teach in the school, living thing, non-living thing. But we should understand that what is the real genuine difference is because I'm a spirit soul. I'm an eternal being, but I conditioned myself with a temporary body and temporary world, and considering seriously that this is mine. Very serious thinking process, which is false ego. This is called false ego. Foolish. Most foolish. Understanding that I am the body. Practically, we are seeing in front of our eyes, our relatives are dying, our ancestors are dying. Practically, we are seeing. But still, there is no understanding. So, by revival, but why, how I can come out of this? I don't want to die anymore. Okay, I got struck up. I did this. So, I want permanent peace and prosperity. How will I do? By my revival of one's eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord, who is permanent. Touch the permanent, you become permanent. Be in connection, be in touch. Despite you're in this body, you will be Jivan Mukta, you will be liberated. Despite we are within this body. Now forgotten under the soul, we have forgotten our sweet relationship with Krishna. We have forgotten it. Why? How? By the illusory energy of the Lord is so powerful that there is no place Lord doesn't exist. No atom also is existing. But she's able to create you a world in which you don't even see him at all. So powerful. You're not able, but actually is there in every atom. is there in everybody's heart. But she's able to create a world in such a way that you're not able. But once you associate with the pure devotee and hear about the name, form, qualities, and pastime of the Supreme Lord, then Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurvanmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Who can open out the blind eyes of the spirit soul is the spiritual master. He opens this. We have forgotten under the spell of Maya. We have forgotten the illusory energy of the Lord because of that illusory energy. But we can Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaishyasi. So Daivim Prakritim Ashrita. Take the Daivim Prakritim. So very simple. If you take shelter of Krishna, the more, but you may come out of illusion, may not be, you may be fully, of course you will be out of illusion. But you'll be given liberation, but you won't be getting your permanent position. So Krishna is giving advice in Bhagavad Gita, whom we should take shelter of. How can we get out of this Maya also? Mama Maya Duratyaya, very, very difficult to overcome my illusion. Very difficult. By personal endeavor, it is very difficult to overcome. But personal endeavor should be that much which Guru gives, okay? That much personal endeavor should be there. But not like a yogi that I will attain perfection by my own capacity. No. Mama Maya is very difficult to overcome. My Maya is very difficult to overcome, Supreme Lord is telling. Then how it is? Then what I should do? It's another verse. Krishna is giving the tip. Very, very, very important tip. That Daivim Prakritim Ashrita. Take shelter of my internal energy. By taking in shelter of my internal energy, you will come out of this very difficult illusory energy. How? Like in a calf's hoof print, how much is there? You can just cross it. If you are walking in the road, there is a small calf's hoof print in which water is there. How will you cross it? Just like that, you'll cross. But at the same time, you go to the ocean and stand in the shore of the ocean and look at the ocean, you want to cross it. How much ever expert swimmer you are, you won't be able to cross that ocean. So for those who have not taken up Krishna consciousness or devotional service, Daivim Prakritim Ashrita, under the bona fide spiritual master, they have not taken it, then crossing this ocean, this is very, very difficult. But at the same time, those who have taken shelter of a pure devotee and hearing from him about the name, form, quality, and pastimes of the Supreme Lord, is for them, this is like a calf's hoof print. The ocean becomes like a calf's hoof print, which you can simply cross and get out of it. So here, this very, very sweet portion we are going into, I would like to narrate a pastime forgotten under the spell of Maya, illusory energy of the Lord. Okay, now I am an illusion. How can I come out? Please give me the solution. Please. I just don't want death anymore. I don't want to die. And in fact, I don't want anybody to die. No, don't worry, you don't die because you're spirit soul. But I'm not knowing it. I'm not able to see Krishna everywhere. But I'm still dying. I'm seeing my body getting destroyed. How can I realize that I'm spirit soul? How can I live an eternal life? Very simple. You touch an eternal person. May it be Guru or Krishna. Be constantly in touch with an eternal person. Then you remain in a platform which is above this bodily platform. Very simple process. Because it is simple, it is difficult for complicated people to take it up. For the complicated people, this will be too much. Like Haridas Thakur was narrating the pastimes, of the holy name, glories of the holy name. But a complicated person cannot take it up and he gets angry. How can liberation be so easy? With Nama Bhasha chanting, right? Careless chanting itself, one will get liberated. You're telling so much about it. I know, I understand. They all appreciate initially saying that, okay, the holy name is very good. The holy name will remove all the sins. Punya karma. They consider like that. Karma kanta people consider chanting of holy name as a pious activity or pious result it will give. No. The Haridas Thakur is refusing. He's saying that the holy name can give you prema. But getting liberation or pious activity is only a side result. So for the people who are anchoring for the liberation, yogis and jnanis, they are following a very difficult process. So when they hear a devotee say this, they get irritated. They get irritated. So how such person, they won't chant also. So they can be liberated by hearing the pure devotees chanting. That is also mentioned. Nobody is left out. Everybody is given mercy in Lord Chaitanya's movement. When a pure devotee loudly chants, pure devotee always chants loudly. Maximum when he is around people or when he is in the forest or whatever. So once this, then the spirit souls awaken. Once this relation slightly revived, so once this relation is slightly revived, not even fully revived, slightly revived, the conditioned souls at once become freed from illusion of material energy. Everybody wants to cross over Maya. Everybody. So the secret is given in this purport. Just need to revive the relation with the Supreme Lord. Here we are seeing that the Panchapandavas and other people who survived the war, they are crying, their heart is heavy when Krishna is leaving, because they have experienced that relation slightly. And now they are not able to tolerate the separation. The conditioned souls at once freed, at once, not delayed. So Krishna and his name are not different. And even by chanting unconsciously, one becomes liberated. Every moment we are chanting, every moment we are getting liberated. Again and again we are creating karma. That is the problem. And becomes mad after association of the Lord. So he becomes mad. Once somebody gets a slight, best example, I would like to quote many examples here, slightly revived, is Bali Maharaj. He just saw Vamanadev for a very, very short time. When Vamanadev was begging, directly looking at the eye of Bali Maharaj, he didn't even look at Sukracharya. He was, and Bali Maharaj just looked at him and he just wanted to give everything to this boy. I want to give everything. I want to give myself. Atmanivedanam, the example of Atmanivedanam is Bali Maharaj. And we don't see Bali Maharaj living long duration with Krishna and all. Now he is living. But while he submitted himself, he's an Asuric, he's from an Asuric background. Not from a very Vedic background where following everything and authority and this and that. No authority. Completely. Generally, Asuric generally means atheism. But once this relation is revived, a little appreciation for the Supreme Lord and attachment, then from authorized, okay, not in the association of the Lord, see, immediately becomes mad after the association of the Lord. This association is made possible. So sometimes we may wonder, okay, I am not in the past time directly, Gauranga has disappeared from this world, Krishna has disappeared, I'm having these books, I'm having Acharya Parampara. So how can I get up? Very simple. This association is made possible not only by personal contact with the Lord, but even the Srimad Bhagavatam we are reading, we are seeing that how Krishna mixed with them and now they are not able to tolerate their separation. The heart is breaking. We are hearing this. This is equivalent. This is absolute in nature. This association is not possible, not only by personal contact with the Lord. Okay, don't feel bad. Okay, I'm not in personal contact with the Lord. So how will I feel separation? What this? No. Don't worry. This is mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has given us such amazing Acharya Parampara, pure devotee Acharyas. Personal contact with the Lord, but also with association with his name, fame, form and quality. So where from I can get? I can get it from Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is two types, book Bhagavatam and person Bhagavatam. Book Bhagavatam and person Bhagavatam. So association, how can I get association of name, fame, form and quality? Is when we read the Bhagavatam, we understand how Krishna, relationship with Krishna, with his devotees. In Vatsalya Baba, we saw Kunti Maharani. She's expressing how he was protecting all her children. And Vrishnikula, everything he was protecting in very, very, very dangerous situation. Every situation she is remembering one by one. But at last she is telling, please cut my relationship with my family members and let me be attached to you always. Vatsalya Baba. And she is describing how Devaki and Yashoda are very fortunate. In this way, she is explaining, Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Mande Jagatpuram. Beautifully, she is praising the Supreme Lord and various capacity as a son. And his exchanges, mutual exchanges as a son, she has so much appreciation. the best of son, and she's requesting her to Pandusu Vrishnisu, please, ye bandhan, please cut the bandhan, bandhan, please cut it, so that my consciousness will flow towards you like, this is devotion. My consciousness will flow towards you like how the river Ganga is flowing towards the ocean, non-stop. Nobody can put any this thing. In small rivers, they put a dam. So in Ganga, if you put a dam, the dam will be damaged because her flow is so heavy. So she's really rushing, but also by the association with name, form, qualities. So we get association from name, fame, form, and quality of the Supreme Lord. We are seeing his behavior, what he is talking, how he is walking, how he is sitting and sleeping with his devotees, joking. In the war field, in opposite to Bhishma Devi, he is doing all these things as a chariot driver, is standing there very beautifully. Once you read Bhagavatam, you should see Bhagavatam. It's very essential to enter. It is not simply a history book of Akbar and Babar, where we read it and some Lord Dalhousie, where we just read it only for the exam's sake and we really didn't like it. But this is such a nourishable thing because we have relationship with the Supreme Lord. So Srimad Bhagavatam is revealing his characteristics. So here Prabhupada mentions the Srimad Bhagavatam trains the conditioned soul to this stage of perfection by submissive hearing from a pure devotee. Oh, okay, I know, I'll read the book, I know, I have this. No. Then why Prabhupada is telling you, book is there, go and read Prabhupada book and read the purport. And in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning submissive hearing from a pure devotee. But you have to identify the pure devotee. Pure devotee is very simple. Devotional service is there without mixing anything is called pure. One who directly spreads not even the glory of devotional, not even the glory of Krishna, but the glory of devotional service. Daivim Prakritim Ashrita. See who promotes devotional service. Somebody may promote Krishna for their own purpose. Because when Krishna is very famous, if you talk so much about Krishna, then you will also become famous. Ulterior motives are there. There are many people who are propagating. So many pastimes of Krishna, not even mentioned in the scriptures, they will tell all the wrong idea. Krishna will play the flute and somebody only will hear. This is all nonsense. All these are because Krishna is famous and I use him as an instrument for my own fame. But it's not written in Prabhupada's books at all, but they'll propagate so many Krishna pastimes. But here, how will you understand a pure devotee? Very simple. He must be a devotee. So who is a devotee? A person who practices devotional service is a devotee. What is a devotional service? We see the description given by Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. One who is chanting Hare Krishna mantra is Vaishnava. That is Vaishnava. Okay, fine. Who is a pure devotee? Bhakta. No, more than like that, Vaishnava. We have Bhakta and Shuddha Bhakta. So who is a Bhakta? Bhakta is described in Bhagavad, in Nectar of Devotion, description is given characteristics of pure devotional service and also 64 angas of bhakti. A person who promotes this, who makes many people do this, encourage somebody to show the lamp, encourage somebody to observe the Bhishma Panchagavrata, encourage somebody to take bath in Ganga, encourage somebody to observe all the devotional services, showing lamp, Rathayatras, Mahotsavas, encouraging. And all these things, following Ekadashi, even publicly, he is taken into a very great forum where many non-devotees are there. Still, he will promote only devotional service. Chaste. Prabhupada is mentioning this chastity, that nobody, we need not cheat. We yesterday had a book distribution related quote in which we saw that Prabhupada is mentioning, I told the truth in all the place. With that only, my books were distributed. You don't need to cheat them. You need to tell any lie to sell my books. Very clearly is mentioning. So we see here that a purity means nothing but not mix anything with devotional service. So promoting devotional service is the primary duty of a Bhagavata. So the Bhagavatam will train us to understand the name, form. By performing devotional service, we will know the name, form, quality and pastime. So here, Guru Maharaj always advises us to go to Vrindavan after coming to Mayapur. Why that is so? Why can't I go to Vrindavan? Because I know Krishna, even before coming to Krishna consciousness, as in receiving it via authorized medium, I already know Krishna. This is the problem. I know via Ganga, I know via Yamuna, I was living near Kaveri, and or I have been born in a Vaishnava family, or in my house they worship some Satyanarayana Puja, something like that. He gave, who gave, not giving credit to the Acharya Parampara. So you not received through the authorized source. So that is not potent to transform, to eradicate. Cheto darpana marjanam. Not possible to eradicate with. So with such information, one becomes puffed up, and I know Krishna Kaliya danced, Krishna danced on Kaliya, so I will go and see the place where Kaliya danced. Go see. Many people rush to Vrindavan. But what do they yield? I know this place, I've gone here, Krishna did this, Krishna did this. But how much transformation has happened? How much are you liberated? Lust, greed, envy, anger itself is not gone. Okay, fine. If you get liberated also, where is prema? But the worship, the devotional service is worshipped in Navadvip. The 9 islands represent Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakhim, Atma Nivedanam. The 9 process of devotional service is worshipped in Navadvipa Dhama. And Srimati Radharani is in charge for devotional service. So via devotional service, by performing the devotional service, one gets a realized knowledge, realized vision of the Supreme Lord. He not only gets liberation, he gets prema. So then, okay, if I get prema, what will happen? I'm coming to Navadvip and I'm practicing Krishna consciousness. I'm not as entertaining as a Switzerland or whatever Vrindavan. I'm going as a tour to see the various places and various pastime, but nothing, no change in my heart or transformation in my consciousness. So what do I do? Very simple, come to Navadvipa, practice. Then transformation will happen. Okay, then you will not only get out of sinful reactions and also auspiciousness. One quality is described. Svada, Moksha Lagda Kriti, Sandrananda Visheshatma, like this. Krishna Akarshini can attract Krishna. In this way, by performing, worshipping devotional service and performing devotional service, great level of transformation is happening in Mayapur Dhama. And after that, you go to Vrindavan, you can actually see, at least to an extent. We cannot see it, but by hearing from pure devotees, by practicing Krishna consciousness, and by visiting Navadvipa Dhama, one gets appreciation for devotional service. So, okay, fine. Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. Who will know me? Only Bhakta will know. So, Bhakti is worshipped in Navadvipa. Okay. Another is, okay, I get prema also. About liberation, prema will be given. Okay, fine. Then, if you get prema, what will happen? Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena sandas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yanshyama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. By that prema, you can enter. Then you can see prema anjana churita bhakti vilochanena. Brahma, who is the main person in the Andardvip Dham, he's coming and chanting in the Andardvip Dham. The Brahma's place. It's already mentioned that the Andardvip, Brahma is sitting on a lotus, very beautiful lotus. Brahma is sitting and he's chanting in Navadvip Dham. So he's mentioning Prema Anjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Sandas Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. That Sandas Sadaiva. Who's Sanda? Who's Sadai? Who's Satvika people? Who's not Satvik food you take? Organic food you take, then you're Satvik. No. Santa, Sataiva, Hridayeshu, Sadhu. The word Sadhu means the one whose Krishna conscious is called Sadhu. Not who is calm, who is very sweetly speaking, lightly singing and lightly dancing in the air. Sadhu, no, bogus. They're all bogus. No, nice people, sweet. No. Sadhu's description is given in Bhagavad Gita. Very nice description. We should learn very carefully the purports. Very important, the purports of Srila Prabhupada's are. That is why we should read Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita thoroughly, nicely. Purport by purport, we should read. So, this sadhu, Hridayeshu vilokayanti. When you have the prema anjana churita bhakti vilochanena. So we have the prema anjana. So we have to have prema in order to see Krishna, and all the leelas will get manifest within the heart. But it cannot be got without taking a proper, not just a formal initiation from a spiritual master. Taking for formality initiation is one thing, but really becoming his disciple is another thing. That is submitting oneself within his heart, that he is my master, he is my only master, I am his servant. My Guru Maharaj is everything to me. Formally, one can take initiation and he'll get liberation. There's no issue. But in order to attain real perfection, then one has to really take shelter of a pure devotee spiritual master, and by submissively hear from the devotee. If you come to the Guru Maharaj class, don't look here and there, who has come, who is smiling, who is sitting where, what dress they are wearing. Cheap. Don't do that. When you come there, when Guru Maharaj is speaking, other time you can be associating with devotees, nothing wrong. Before the class, after the class, associating with devotees is not a problem. But whenever there is Guru Maharaj, one akshara, one thing coming out of his mouth, the class is starting, then your entire concentration should be only on hearing from the spiritual master. This is very, very essential. There is a description of people who live in Ganga, especially in Varanasi. They are mostly Mayavadis. And they live in Ganga, but they in Ganga Takht, the bank of Ganga, they have many nice houses the Brahmanas have built. They live there. But they will never take bath in Ganga. They will go do tarpana, everything. They'll come home and take bath. So they said Ganga, the Ganga Takht, the sinner of the Ganga Takht. So here and people all around the world will come to take bath in Ganga and Varanasi. Many, many places. But this guy will not go. Because he thinks, oh, it's available here only, so I can take bath anytime like this. Or he may not have value appreciation. Same way, when we getting initiated, first identifying the spiritual master, getting pure devotee itself is very rare. And once we get a pure devotee spiritual master and getting initiated from him, that is the greatest auspiciousness which can happen in a devotee's life. After that, really submitting oneself as his disciple, that is the greatest fortune that has to be done. Chaste, remain chaste and have full faith on the spiritual master. And second, and after that, okay, I've invested all my faith on my spiritual master. I'm coming to the Zoom class, I'm hearing his classes. Okay, fine. But we should really hear from a pure devotee when there is subject matters being discussed. We shouldn't be inattentive in listening. Why? If you are submissive and attentive in listening, then you will realize. In that time, when you speak also, it will be realized speeches. It's very, very important. So very, very sweet portion of this is how in separation, the two things are mentioned here. They were all looking at him. They were so much attracted by him. And they looked at him without blinking their eyes. Can somebody be without blinking their eyes? But it happens when somebody sees Krishna. And they moved hither and thither in perplexity. So they went here and there. So this Krishna, if you see, in Jagannath Puri, the special form of Jagannath is there. Lord Jagannath Swami ki jai. Srila Baladev ki jai, Subhadra Maharani ki jai. If you see Jagannath's eye, it doesn't have eyelashes. It's 360 degrees. Full view. Whom he is seeing. Lord Chaitanya came, and before that Radharani visited Dwaraka in separation from Krishna, and Krishna was the king. From far away she's seeing. Same way, so Krishna, in this way, when seeing a pure devotee, even Krishna's eyes doesn't blink. It doesn't blink. Without blinking, he looks at the devotee. So the eye and eye meeting is the perfection of eye and eye meeting is between Krishna. So this is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Lord Chaitanya, he went to see Lord Jagannatha, have darshan, and he kept on looking at the eyes of Lord Jagannatha, which is like an open lotus flower. And Jagannath also was looking with the open eyes. He was keep on looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what happened during the offering started happening. So during the time of offering to Krishna foodstuffs, everybody will be moved away. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't even realize it because he was completely looking at the eye of Krishna. So he totally forgot it. And he was just there, he was completely absorbed. And it is mentioned like how a bumblebee will go around an open, fully blown lotus flower. So Jagannath eye is the fully blown lotus flower, and the bumblebee is nothing but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eyes. And it was on the lotus, humming around the lotus, and both are looking at each other. Like that for a long time, 3 hours, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will continuously sit and stare at Jagannath. And not just like that, so many memories, so many remembrances where he has undergone. So same way, Jagannath is also looking with a similar thing, that he is continuously looking at Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One more small pastime I'll tell, and we'll find up here. If Prabhu wants to add anything after this. So one small, very, very sweet pastime which happened in Guru Maharaj's class, which in Chaitanya Bhagavat or Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. I don't exactly remember, but it's coming in Chaitanya Leela. That one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be sitting in Gambhira, and Advaita Acharya would have come for Rath Yatra, and he would have gone to see the darshan of Jagannath, and he would have come. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will ask, some devotees, they are very advanced. When they enter into Puri only, everybody will run to see Jagannath. But those devotees will run to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they'll be so satisfied to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later, sometime they'll go and have darshan of Jagannath. For them, the Puri is for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Puri is not meant for Jagannath. Like Guru Maharaj is not allowed inside Jagannath Puri. But who is more dear to Lord Jagannatha than Guru Maharaj, and more dear to Guru Maharaj than Lord Jagannatha? Because Prabhupada established Rath Yatra in some places, but Guru Maharaj expanded it and hundreds of Rath Yatra. In every month, every place you will hear there is Rath Yatra. Every place. So many Rath Yatras Guru Maharaj inaugurated. Even in Coimbatore, where I came from, there was no Rath Yatra, nothing. One small Jagannath deity, some devotee left for a temporary duration. In the temple, the devotees were only distributing books in a center. They had a center with a photograph. I don't know what deity, but photograph was there. And some devotee who came with a small Jagannath, he said that I'm going out somewhere. You maintain for some time, and he just kept on top of the bureau. They said that no, we are busy. We cannot do deity worship because we are brahmacharis doing book distribution. We've just taken a room. Then they just kept a small Jagannath for temporary duration. He kept and went, that person. And then Guru Maharaj came there just to see. At that time, he used to visit every place. Then he saw this, what is this Jagannath? Oh, then Jagannath kept for some time. He understood Jagannath wants now. Then Guru Maharaj simply directly said, conduct a Rath Yatra. He didn't say that establish a Jagannath temple. He just gave an instruction, conduct a Rath Yatra, Jagannath Rath Yatra here. So if Rath Yatra has to happen, then Jagannath must be big. So Jagannath came. In this way, that so many Rath Yatras. In Coimbatore, it's very 36 years now. 36 years. Now I know some devotees are not even 36-year-old. Before that, Rath Yatra started all over the world. Many places Guru Maharaj encouraged this Rath Yatra. This is a pure devotee Acharya. You can identify the Acharya if he is promoting what the previous Acharya did. You want to know what Prabhupada did? Learn the song, Yadi Prabhupada na hoite. Then you will know stanza by stanza what Prabhupada did. And you will see that who is actually promoting this. He is an Acharya. He is expanding it. Guru Maharaj is expanding the mission. So many Rath Yatras everywhere. So in this way, so devotees are very pleased with this. And so now I'll see this. So the devotees used to run and go directly to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But in Puri temple, the thing is, Guru Maharaj has established so many Rath Yatra, but he is not allowed inside Jagannath temple. So at that time, Guru Maharaj sometimes used to quote that the Brahma, he is the one who did Kalasabhishek and Kumbhabhishek and established the Jagannath temple in Puri. But the same Brahma, when he came as Haridas Thakur, he came in the Muslim body. So he was not allowed, even the Paramahamsa Vaishnava, Mahabhagavata Haridasa Thakur. But he was not allowed inside the Puri temple. So this is possible very much. But so here in Puri, all Navadvip devotees, when they come for Rath Yatra, they rush towards the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Gambira rather than rushing to Jagannath temple. For them, this is everything. Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Jagannath and everything for them. Because he's teaching them devotional service, making them practice devotional service, which can give transformation. Directly approaching Krishna, how can you get devotional service? Because he's not a devotee, he's Supreme Lord. The same Supreme Lord came as a devotee. That is the best association, no? Everybody saying devotee association, devotee association. But when you go to associate with the devotee, you Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's real devotee. That is real devotion. So very amazing. Very amazing. So all the devotees rushed. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting and in Gambira and Advaita Acharya came. He was a little late. Then I asked, Advaita Acharya, where have you been? No, I just went to take darshan of Jagannath. Oh, very nice. You took darshan. Then what did you do? Then he said, I took darshan for some time and then I went around in parikrama. Around Jagannath, I went 3 or 4 rounds. I went sometimes, some numbers. And maybe 5-6 times, I don't remember. He said like 5-6 times I went around Jagannath and parikrama. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately started laughing and clapping his hands. You're defeated, you're defeated, you're defeated. Then Advaita Acharya asked, I'm defeated? How? Then he said that when you are going around the Lord in the left and right and back. So he's telling this also. When you go in the left and right and back, you're missing the eye-to-eye contact with the Supreme Lord. You're missing the eye-to-eye contact with the Lord, no? Then you're defeated like this. So it's a joke actually, and in a very, very humorous mood. And Advaita Acharya laughed and he said, yes, I am defeated. Yes, I am defeated. I'm not perfect in devotional service. He cannot be perfect because he's Purusha Avatar. He's Purusha Avatara. Devotee can be perfect because devotees, when they see there's a reciprocation, they stand there and they do this. But so this is eye-to-eye contact, the open eyes, the without blinking, Jagannath is looking, and devotee look without blinking at the Supreme Lord. And when Radha Madhav is dressed so beautifully, many devotees come and they just, with the look at Krishna, really doubtful whether they blink the eye or not. It's so beautiful. Guru Maharaj has established. Of course, he has given service to many people to take care of the deity, but established on the order of the spiritual master. The whole world has to come and serve. But established on the order by authorized Acharya, established on the order of spiritual master. Not so the whole world has to come and see, has to decorate, has to serve. Everybody has to come and become a servant of such a pure devotee. They have to become servant of a pure devotee. In any reason they come. Because you see Radha Madhav, you cannot blink the eyes. You can see Radha Madhav without blinking. You can also sit there, hours together, to look at a deity like that, which is impossible except for a movie. Where do people sit continuously? Even in the bus, they look here, there. They cannot be continuously looking at something. But how beautiful is this when Acharya established deity? This eye-to-eye contact is very, very essential. When you go to the temple, you don't look hither and thither. Directly look at the eye of the Supreme Lord and then pray, my dear Lord, give me devotion. Let me become a sincere servant of my Guru Maharaj. Let me please him by my activities, by my words, body and mind. By my words and body and mind should be completely dedicated to my Guru Maharaj, and I should live only for him and I should please him. This is my only desire, my Lord. You can sanction anything. Please sanction this blessing. If you ask love for him, he won't give it so easily. One of the characteristics of pure devotional services, Sudurlabha. What is that? Durlabha. Very, very rarely achieved. It is not given so easily by Krishna because he will become submissive. Anybody is doing pure devotional service, performing, he has to become submissive. So asking Krishna is no result. You should not ask Krishna. You should ask that same Krishna only came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But you can ask Krishna to make you very, very dear to Guru Maharaj, very dear to Guru Maharaj, who possesses Lord Chaitanya within his heart. The Acharya Parampara, Gaura Kishwaradas Babaji, all our Acharya Parampara, starting from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or carrier of Gauranga Mahaprabhu within their heart. So such parampara can deliver us devotional service. And when we get devotional service with that premanjana, with that vision, how can I have that eye, non-blinking eye? How can I have that little association which will provoke my Krishna consciousness? Is I'll get prema anjana churita bhakti vilochanena. So by associating with the pure devotee spiritual master, we will certainly achieve perfection of this non-blinking eye and this emotions, which are considered to be the greatest wealth of a spirit soul. The spirit soul's treasure house is there. So this greatest wealth is all this emotions which arise in the heart. Now our heart is like hard like a stone. It's a steel framed, but it can melt. Can melt. By associating with the pure devotee, spiritual master, and hearing from him the name, form, qualities, and pastimes, that Srimad Bhagavatam, the book Bhagavatam, and the person Bhagavata can transform our heart. Thank you very much. Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Any questions or comments? Rajeshwara Prabhu, would you like to add anything? Kindly please do. Sorry, I've taken a little extra time. The very, very dear verse to me, so I took the opportunity. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you very much. Prabhu is a little busy because Guru Maharaj is leaving today now. After the breakfast, Guru Maharaj is leaving and we are also leaving. So Guru Maharaj, Prabhu is a little busy in doing certain important services for Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj is leaving to Hyderabad today. And I don't know, some people say Hyderabad is cancelled. But Guru Maharaj is leaving, 90% he is leaving. Today after the breakfast, because there is some important VIP meeting or something in Hyderabad. Just for 2 days. After that, he will come to Puri. And Puri, there is a parikrama. Every time after the Kartik month, after 2 days, there will be Puri parikrama. During that time only Puri parikrama is there. That is not just arranged by ISKCON. It is mentioned in the scriptures that that is the best time to do parikrama of Puri. So many great number of devotees assembled there. But we can go anytime. It is not a specific place. So Guru Maharaj sometimes goes, sometimes doesn't go. So this year he is going to Puri for that parikrama. So we are also going for Puri. And then from there, Guru Maharaj will go to Haldia. He'll go to Haldia.
Haldia near Bengal, West Bengal.
No. Haldia is in West Bengal.
Haldia district. No, somewhere.
Haldia is in West Bengal. Yes, Bengal. Earlier, Bengal was a single country. West Bengal, East Bengal, everything was same, only Bengal. But when British came and separated Pakistan, the same time they also separated Bengal into two. And one Bengal portion, the eastern bank of, the western bank of Ganga, they kept it inside India. And the eastern bank of Ganga, they made it into a separate country called Bangladesh. That was the problem. But most of the relatives are here and there. The wife will be here, husband, grandfather will be here, grandmother. They are all so very closely related, but it was a big calamity they created. That is the problem. But so now it has become another country. So we are having little trouble to take a visa and go. But now we got used to it. And Narottam Prabhu, Narottam Das Thakur's place is there in Bangladesh. We went recently. We want to take you along with your family and everybody to that place. That place is called Keturi Gram. Very amazing, very powerful, very, very amazing place. So we really want to take you there. Narottama Jagatpavana Das Guru Maharaj gave very amazing name. Very rare to get pure devotees' names. So it's not ordinary. So we should take it seriously. So we also want all of you to come, not just Narottam Prabhu. All of us should go to Keturi. We are just going once to see how it is easily approachable. What is the best way? How can we book the trains and everything? We want to just have a Reiki, and then later we want to take all of you so that your visit will be comfortable.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So after that, Guru Maharaj will go to Haldia for 2 days. And from Haldia, I think he's establishing some deities there. And from Haldia, he'll come back to Mayapur on 18th or 19th. So 9th he is leaving, 10 days he'll be back. And after that, I think he will leave to US trip after 1 week or 10 days. I'm not very sure about that, but he will come back to Mayapur.
Okay, no trip to Coimbatore.
Just now he made a South Indian visit, no, before 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, June.
June he made a visit.
Right.
So the other places devotees are inviting. Wherever they invite, he will go. The authorities have to invite. With love and affection, he will go.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we also have to rush now. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments?
No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, thank you very much. Let us all join together later tomorrow. Tomorrow, the same time. Tomorrow is what day? Okay. Okay, 2 days more. Okay. So tomorrow we'll again join in the Srimad Bhagavatam class. We'll be joining from Puri. Hope the internet and everything is fine. Otherwise, the streaming, somebody has to learn streaming so that even we should be able to log in from our mobile. This is what we are requesting you. Kindly learn streaming so that you can stream in the YouTube. Whoever is having laptop, you can stream only from the laptop. Don't try from mobile and all that. So mobile, if you can stream, we ourselves will stream. There's no issue. But only from laptop you can stream. So kindly you learn streaming into YouTube so that it will be easy for us to this thing. Who attends every day? We prefer Deepu because he attends without fail every day.
Okay.
So everybody should learn, I think, streaming from here. Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow at in the morning for chanting and Srimad Bhagavatam. Hari Bol. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam
pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Mantakodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada. Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Hari
Hari Bol.